If you want more control over your golf clubs, more speed and accuracy, you might want to try this simple little device. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda. For those of us that don't golf a lot and can't necessarily dial in our swing and spend a lot of money on training, we need all the assistance we can get, and that's why I picked up this. It's by Momentus, and it's called the PowerX Golf Weight System. I have not really been familiar with counterweighting golf clubs, but it's been around a while, and apparently the science is pretty solid on it. But for some reason, I haven't met a lot of people that counterweight their golf clubs. I think because it's actually really tough. So counterweighting your golf club means that you put some weight on the grip behind your hands. And what that does is when you're swinging your club and bringing that head around, you're using muscle and force and centrifugal force to bring that all the way around. If you put a weight on the other end, even if it's small, it's counterbalancing that heavy weight of the head and making it easier to twist. So if you need your hands to roll over, if you need that club face to close faster, if you want to pick up more speed, I think 1 to 2 miles an hour on a swing speed, that will really help. So it can really help, I think, for most average golfers to reduce the slices as well as increase the head speed. And because it increases the overall weight of the club, I actually think that it helps your rhythm and tempo as well. Now, why a lot of people don't use this, I think it comes down to the fact that it's not really easy to counterweight your golf grips. So in some cases, you have to remove the grip itself and then put in a weight and then put the grip back on top of it. And so that's a big ordeal. There are higher end grips that have weight systems, removable weight systems in the end that you can take out and remove and replace. Now, those are also very expensive, and they also require you to re-grip your golf clubs. So this PowerX system by Momentus is actually super simple and super easy to use. First of all, this is all you get, and I think it's a 27-gram weight. And you can see here, it's actually pretty heavy, it's pretty dense. But what I love about it is it just has a kind of a plug right here that you stick into the back end of any standard size golf club. So there's a little tiny hole, and when you push this in, it'll become a semi-permanent fixture because this little flare right here will just seat it into the grip. Now, the other thing I will say is that if you want this to be regulation, it cannot be removable. So I believe to make it USGA compliant, I believe all you have to do is glue it, and that will make it a permanent install. So if you put some glue on there and then stick it in, and then it should work. Like a brushed stainless steel, it's really nice looking, and it has the PowerX logo up there. I actually wouldn't have minded this being black because then it would blend in with the grips a little more, but I want to show you how easy it is to install and then give you my thoughts on using this. Okay, so this is not my first time installing this, but I want to give you my little tips and tricks here. So first of all, you can see that we have the hole right in the bottom of the grip here, and that's where it's going to go in. Now, the temptation here is just to try to line it up and push it in, and that might work, and it might just pop out like it did there. So what I would recommend is going ahead and kind of lining it up and then twisting it in, almost like you're screwing it in, and that will allow you to kind of overcome the trampoline effect here and kind of push it and then twist it in there. If you have kind of weak hands or a weak grip, you might want to just kind of put this on the ground and kind of put this on a soft surface and kind of push it down. But if you just twist it in like this, it eventually goes in, and then once it kind of gets past the big hump of the plug there, it seems to go in really nicely. And the thing about this is that the way they have milled this, it's great. It really fits the shape of the club, and it doesn't look like some additional add-on accessory. Other than it not looking like the club material here itself, it actually has a really nice form, and you can grab it, and there's no sharp edges or anything like that, and you almost forget that you have it. Now, I want to say that this is not the first Momentus power swing I've had. What I wanted to do here is add it to my hybrid woods because I really love it. So one of the things that you can do here, and you'll notice right away, is that you can start swinging and getting that club head back down to the point of impact a little quicker. So when you're casting your club back to the ball here, it seems to just come around with more ease. And because a lot of us are weighting our heads so much, right, whether we have a fade or a draw, it helps me get that club back square a lot quicker. And so it's a nice, quick, easy way to do that without having to modify my clubs, without having to take them to a professional. And so it's one of these things, for 15 bucks, you can add this, especially to the clubs that you're struggling with. Now, you can do this for your irons, you can do this for your woods. I've already done it for my woods. I really think that because of the extra weight on the hybrids, it makes a ton of sense too. Like I said, if you're struggling to get that club head down at the point of impact, then maybe you should try this out. And if you aren't struggling with it, you might just be able to pick up more speed by adding something like this on. So if you want to pick up this Momentus PowerX counter swing weight, I will put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.